All right, so I used Desmos to graph our function, and you can see it to the right, and you'll see that there are certain points that have been labeled for you. You've got your x-intercepts at -1, 0, and 9, 0, your y-intercept at 0, -9, and the lowest point in the graph, or the vertex of the parabola, at 4, -25. As far as describing the graph completely, you would want to include those things. I'd want to say something like x-intercepts at -1, 0, and 9, 0. I'd want to say my y-intercept is at 0, -9. I'd want to say, my lowest point, or my vertex, however you want to word that there, is 4, -25. And then anything else that you think is interesting about the graph, okay? What window settings allowed you to see the complete graph? So you did have to kind of play around a little bit, maybe with the window settings, if you didn't take the cues from what I gave you in the pear deck. But you would want to have your x's be, x is maybe from -5 to +5, allowed us to, actually would say +10, would allow us to see all of the graph. And then our y is from, let's say, -25 to whatever. You could go much higher if you wanted to and zoom in and out. And then how are these settings related to the domain and range? Well, in order for you to see the entire function, you have to make sure that you can include all the values, example, for in your range, right? So if you stopped at -15 and had your graph only go to here, you would have missed out on all of this. So it's important that you think about what your domain and range is so that you can get a correct window.